after this, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna schedule all the, I'm gonna schedule all my tests for the week, and then each time I just gotta go live. I just go live instead of, what is this thing? Instead of actually having to create something each time. Yo, what up, guys? What up, y'all? Damn, I was gone for like a minute. When did this happen? Dang, bro, I was literally gone for like a few freaking minutes. When did all of this start to happen? I like how gold is moving this week. It's very interesting. I think gold is gonna move a lot this week. And generally from like the way, oh, you know what I'm realizing? I think I'm gonna take note of that. How to determine market performance for upcoming week. General news impact. You can say general news impact and past week or 2 weeks performance. I'm going to conclude. We'll say therefore, if for the past 2 weeks market has been slow, and there is no dramatic news impact, there will likely be slow performance for the upcoming week. Okay, yeah, you know what I just took note of? So for the past, now it's 3 weeks. For the past 3 weeks, gold has been moving very, very slow, right? And over the weekend, due to the whole USA thing with the president, I think that's why market is gonna be moving crazy this week. Another thing is we're approaching the like closer to month end. So usually closer to month end and the whole news thing I just mentioned, those are two very interesting points that will probably influence the markets to start moving a lot more. Because for the past 3 weeks, it's been moving, but nothing too hectic, you know. So I do think this week there is. I'm not saying it will be. I'm saying there is a probability that this week we'll see like a crazy move, like a crazy movement. So, firstly, I like to apologize to myself for not streaming over the weekend. I was supposed to do this trading plan over the weekend, and I'm only getting time to do it now. I will say, I will say, I'm also giving myself time. I'm being understanding to myself, and I'm being patient. I mean, nigga, I'm doing something I've never done in my whole life, bro. This is the first time I'm actually becoming consistently doing something. Doing firstly consistently doing these trading plans is the first time in my life I'm ever doing this. The second thing is the first time in my life I'm ever doing this whole live streaming thing, streaming of this. You know the impact of it, bro. The impact of it, it's a lot, bro. Firstly, you don't want to be you don't want to be wrong. You also consider people's perception, and you also don't want to be close-minded and stick to something when you see that it doesn't work. And right now, I feel like right now there's no, dude, it's so difficult for me to say right now if because I was looking at the numbers for June so far, right? And the numbers for June so far, excluding last week, right? Excluding last week, we had what's 8 plus 5? 8 plus 5 is 13. We had 13 trades, and out of the 13, eight were losses and five were profitable. So with that, it's kind of like, you know, it really makes you consider like, I mean, I am making profits, but it's not more than the losses. And with that being said, it's like you consider, is it, should I change the strategy? What is it I should change? So today I decided to last week you guys will know that last week I've been implementing a lot of leveraging, right, in my trades. So that's what I hope introducing leveraging is going to do for me. I hope introducing leveraging is going to change that stat somehow. I don't know how it's going to change necessarily, because if I were to put directly, right, what that ratio means, directly what that ratio would mean if if I started trading one to ones, right? Because right now I'm trading one to twos. Hypothetically, that would mean if I made eight losses using a 1 to 1 ratio, and I only risk 100 rand per trade, that would mean I would have lost 800 rand, right? And if I use a 1 to 1 ratio on the wins as well, I would have only made 500 rand. That's like a loss of like 300 rand, right? Had I included what is this thing, leveraging? Had I included leveraging, there would have been different amounts I would have made, right? So also, it's just like a whole list of things to consider, right? Because also that the 500 is just the 1 to 1. Usually, not usually. What my profit is a 1 to 2. My profit is a 1 to 2. So with that being said, if for 5 wins I would have won 5 times on a 1 to 2 ratio, that would have been 1,000 rand, right? Making the difference like 200. So both ways, when I look at it, right? When I look at it as a, okay, I made as when I look at it from a 1 to 1 perspective, and I look at it from a 1 to 2 perspective, from 1 to 1 I would have lost 300. 1 to 2 I would have made 200, right? So it's these two categories so far. And then the other category that I'm introducing right now is leveraging. Obviously, not all the time leveraging is going to work, but for most of the times when leveraging does work, it does add that extra 100 rand or extra 200 rand, depending on how I was trading that week, right? So yeah, with that being said, I think what I'm going to do, um because leveraging is going to be a bit tricky to follow up on. Leveraging is going to be a bit tricky to follow up on. But I do know, because the way I only leverage using the three phases, the phase one, two, and three, right? So I think when I include leveraging in my trading plan, but I think for this week I'm going to try it like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna try adding a leveraging column and then a profit or loss for that leveraging, and then um next week I think I'm going to add another column for each phase. So if each phase was a profit or a loss. But the other thing, I feel like the reason why I don't want to do that is because I don't want to I don't want to capture data. I don't want to store data that has no like, what am I going to do with that? You know? What am I going to do with the fact that I already know that most likely phase 1 is the most profitable, more, and has the highest probability. I already know that. Phase 2 also has a high probability. However, it does include a lot of risk management, in the sense that um, usually with phase 2, just wait for market to run the first time. And then when market revisits phase 2, that's when I can try to look for another entry. In that sense, that's when it's more profitable. Then phase three is a lot more risky. But I already know that. That's my point. That's why I feel like I already know that. Do I really need to capture that data if I already know that? You know. So right now I'm not sure, but I think next week I'll contemplate adding those columns for each phase. Right now I'm just gonna include leveraging as a whole, so I can have this third part, because I already have part A, which is the 1-to-1, part B, which is the 1-to-2, and then part C will have to be then the 1-to-2 with leveraging, because obviously I can't leverage on a 1-to-1, you know. So it'll have to be 1-to-2 plus leveraging. That will be part C. So anyway, with that being said, let's get to journaling, man. Let's get to journaling. As usual, I am going to be journaling on my computer. We're gonna be moving back to my after journaling. I'm gonna have to clear my charts because I've been saying that I have to clear my charts. So after journaling, I'm going to journal on my desktop. After that, I'm going to post the trading plan on Reddit. I will be posting the trading plan on Reddit. I still don't have chat open right now. I don't really want to interact too much today, especially considering time, because at 4:30 I need to look for an entry. But I am gonna open up chat in a second though. In a second I will be opening up chat. Oh, Monday we didn't trade. Monday we didn't. I think this Monday I didn't trade. Um, I'm gonna take note of it on my notebook. I'm gonna take note of what happened, because I know what happened Monday and I know why I didn't take a trade on Monday. I should have, but I'm gonna take note of what happened on Monday. I'm just opening up my trading plan, and yo, is this the first time I have my hair out like during a stream? I haven't had my hair out in a long time. Yo, YouTube is so crazy. You know, my YouTube algorithm has 100, bro, I'm not even lying to you, 100% American content. That's my YouTube algorithm. Dude, I have zero South African content on my YouTube algorithm. That is just bonkers, bro. I don't even want to hold you. So, yeah. I look so weird without like a hat or some shit, bro. Okay, I just opened up chat, but I'll come back every now and then just to see what you guys are saying. Okay, so I'm opening up my trading plan right now. Let me do this. Today, I mean, last week was Monday, right? Okay, so this happened on Monday. Monday we saw this. Monday we saw this. There was a footprint over here, but it was a kind of a weak footprint. I'll go back and reference to you guys why it was weak. So we had this indicator over here. This was fine. We didn't have an indicator there, so that decreased the probability of that trend line being a strong trend line. Where's that trend line? Oh, it's this one. So we had an indicator here. Now I'm breaking down why I didn't take a trade on Monday. We had an indicator here. This indicator got tested, right? And from previous back testing, I learned that when this happens, when we have an indicator and that indicator gets tested, and we use that in our trend line, it means this trend line is going to be broken. It means this trend line is going to be. Should I take? Nah. I already took note of this. But wait, I should add this to my notes, because what I'm about to say now is not included in my notes the way I'm saying it. And I'm gonna need this at some point. Yeah, it's right here. Where's that other pen? Oh, Nancy. Okay. So I'm gonna make the first point. The first point, when this happens, it means this trend line is gonna be broken. Trend line will be broken. And then secondly, what this means, it means along this trend line where we have indicator confirmation, that indicator confirmation will be tested, and then market will continue to go back in the original direction, which is down, right? So let me see. Market will break to test another indicator. Okay, so let me show you guys. So this is the one, right? So we're saying that one caused this trend line to be weak with those properties. And I want to show you something. Like I said, this trend line will be broken, right? And it did in fact get broken. What I was thinking, I thought market will come. I think this is where I moved this thing. This thing was supposed to be here, right? Oh wait, now I'm messing up. So this is Monday, right? This is Monday. So I'm saying, okay, this trend line is going to be broken, and then I see that there's this indicator over here. Then I was like, okay, cool. With the understanding of what I just said about this trend line, I'm saying market is going to come back up, break this trend line, retest this indicator, and then continue going back down. So that's what I had said about Monday. Now, what I want to check, because the first part is confirmed, right? The first part, the fact that this trend line will be broken, that part got confirmed. What I want to confirm now is if market went back up and tested this this price right here. That's what I want to confirm right now. I just want to see if it indeed did go all the way up to that price. Okay, so it didn't go all the way there. That's not a problem. Wait, what? Yeah, no, that's not a problem. Okay, cool. It didn't go back all the way up there, but it did break, and then it did go back into that direction, right? Which is down. I want to just see what happened here. Like, what is this price that it keeps playing on here? Yeah, but yesterday, I mean, last week it was consolidating like a lot, bruh. Like, it was consolidating like crazy last week. So, okay, fine. Now, right, with what I just explained, you getting that. So we moved to 1630. 1630, this is where I started looking for a position, right? So when I started looking for a position, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna enter until I remember this is where I had that 2 hour stream, waiting all this up until here. This is where we had that 2 hour stream. I was like, okay, let's wait until market comes here, then we'll look for position when we get here, right? Okay, cool. So now what I want to do, I said on one of my previous notes, I said on Mondays, I'm going to mostly place an opposite trade on Mondays, because Mondays, I don't know, when I backtest all my trading plan entries, Mondays is the one date that has the highest probability to go the opposite way, right? That's if what I'm trading is not as high probability, right? The only high probability strategy that I'm using so far is the one where two trend lines. Wait, let me also take note of this. High probability strategies. right? Um, the only one is when I have 2 week trend lines and a momentum swing. That's the only one right now. That's the only one that I know for sure that this one, it has a higher probability because it happened last week. It happened twice. The one time it happened, I messed up. I didn't follow that strategy. The second time, I did, but it was Friday, and then we'll get to what happened on Friday. So right now, what I want to do, right? What I want to do right now, I want to think. I'm going to, you know what I'm gonna do? No, I don't need that, right? Um, I can just put this from here. So this is 333. This is 3396. 3396. 3396. Okay, this is it. Basically moved like 10 points, right? So 10 points meaning, had we looked to take this thing down from here, the first trade would have hit stop loss because our risk is only 8 points. The first trade would have hit stop loss, and we would have entered our second trade, right? Um, and if had that happened, this is still Monday. Yeah, had that happened somewhere here, we would have been in profits, right? We would have been in profits. Hypothetically, this is all hypothetical. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand the next time this happens, what should I do, right? And it seems like the next time this happens on a Monday, it seems like the next time this happens on a Monday, I should just do the opposite of whatever this is. So next time I see another trade like this and I tell myself that this is gonna break, and then and so forth, I should just do the opposite, right? Um, on Monday, that is. On Monday. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think, how am I gonna take note of this? You know what I'm gonna do? I think you know what I'm gonna do. I'm only going to take note of the strategies that work on a Monday. That's what I'm gonna do. So on a Monday, I'm gonna assume that everything the way I usually trade on a Monday, I'm gonna do opposite of that. Okay, let me take note of this. Wait. Yeah. Right. On Monday. On Mondays, um, only take note of strategies that work. Only take note of strategies that work. Fine. The same way we did with the other two trend line and momentum thing. That was the only one that worked so far. So in brackets I'm gonna say, so far only one works. Right? So far only one works. And then this Monday, wait. You know what I wanna do? I wanna include this in my trading plan, but I don't know if I should include it because I'm not gonna include it. I don't think I'm gonna include, because on my trading plan, I have a strict rule on my trading plan that on my trading plan, whatever I put on my trading plan, there has to be but there is a live session for it, but I didn't take it. That's the thing, and I'd be assuming that you know, so I don't want to include any assumptions on my trading. Uh, what is this trading journal? The trading plan, the thing I post on Reddit. I don't want to put in even a single bit of assumption, bro. Anything that I put in there has to be fact and has to be something that happened. So I'm not going to put in this theory that I'm making on Monday. This theory is going to go to my notes. I'm going to put in this theory on my notes. So only take note of strategy that works. So far, only one works. Yes, which was the two trend line thing. Okay, fine. So I'm going to put in the second note. The second note is assume every other strategy the opposite way, right? Assume every other strategy the opposite way. So like this one is telling me that this was gonna go, um, this one is telling me that this one is gonna go up then down, right? So it means here at 16:30, I should have started looking for positions to take this thing down, right? That's what this thing is telling me. Okay, okay, Monday, I get it, Monday. Okay, okay. So today is the same thing. Well, the same with the stream that I'm gonna have in an hour or two, and yeah, like probably an hour and a half. Yeah, an hour and a half or hour and 40 minutes or 45 minutes. But with that stream, I'm gonna analyze as normal, unless I get unless I get that strategy that I said works. I'm gonna operate the opposite way, right? Okay. Is there anything else I need to take note of here? I don't think. I think that was the major thing I needed to take note of. I can't put this in my trading journal because I didn't put a risk to reward on the stream, so I don't want to do it now. Because if I do it now, it'll just be like I'm assuming, and I hate assuming, bro. You know what I did think of? Okay, this is side note. This is side note. I have decided to do two things on my trading chart. Where's my trading book? Yo, dude, you see the things that go on my mind, bro. Sometimes, sometimes people think, bro, just because I don't want to link and shit, it's just people think like, bro, I'm being extra and shit. Nigga, the shit that goes through my mind, bro, I have so many things that go through my mind, bro. Y'all niggas have no idea. Today, the reason why I started stream late was because I was working. Y'all niggas don't know how much work I put in, bro. But you don't need to, cause yeah, it's not like I'm doing it for validation and whatnot. So wait, I wanted to take note of these two ideas that I just had. Okay, let me say YouTube trading ideas, right? For videos. YouTube trading ideas for videos. So the first one obviously is the live streams. This is what I do. It's the live streams. The first one is the live streams. The second one, I can also include the leveraging videos. There's actually a video on leveraging I shot last week. I just didn't post it because the one I posted on leveraging last week, for Tuesday's trade, I posted a leveraging video, for Tuesday's trade. I think it only got like 9 or 10 views. So I was like, why should I post the results? And the results were actually, dude, the results were fire. I think I caught like, you'll see. We're going to Tuesday. You will see what happened on Tuesday. So I caught those leveraging positions. But anyway, I'm blabbing. So the first thing I do for videos is the live streams, the videos, the leveraging videos. The third, which I just thought of now, is the reading books. I'm gonna start reading books. I'm gonna start reading a book, and there's one book I really know that I'm going to read. So far, there's two books. The one is by Warren Buffett. It's Warren Buffett, right? The one is by him. The other one is it's some beginner level trading book. But I want to go through it because you gotta have the foundation. So I'm gonna start reading books as well. The other thing that I'm gonna start doing, I actually shouldn't be doing this on my live because I feel like I'm making, you know what, bro? I one thing I'll tell y'all about me, man. I hate superstitious shit, bro. I hate superstitious, like, yeah, don't say this because if you say this, blah blah blah, bro. I hate that crap. I hate manipulative motherfuckers. I hate people who intentionally try to use manipulation on other people. Bro, I peep it. Just because you're doing it, it doesn't mean I don't know how to manipulate too. I hate manipulative ass people, bro. I'm sorry. It's just me. So I could never be one of those, yeah, I'm gonna hide this from y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't gotta know this shit. It's not me, man. I'm sorry, man. If I'm fucking up my shit just because I can't be a fake nigga who's hiding shit from people, I'm sorry. Fuck it, bro. Then it wasn't meant for me. Uh, okay. So the one is live streaming, the other is leveraging, the other is reading, the other one, dude, it just came to my head. Why did it just leave right now? Oh, the other one is back testing. Back testing. So these back testing streams. Are they gonna be streams? It would be interesting to have them as streams. Yeah, I think it would be I think it would be more interesting to have them as streams. What What do you think? So I think I'll have two streams, right? I have the one stream for the position for that day, and then I'll have the second stream as the backtesting streams. So I think that would be cool because my intention with the backtesting streams is that I'll be able to identify more patterns, and then once I identify more patterns, I'll be able to um, use the higher probability patterns a lot more. So I think that's what I'm gonna start to implement. Maybe I'll do these like twice a week. I don't think it's gonna be an everyday thing because backtesting is a lot of work, bro. But I think I'll do them like twice a week or on weekends, or I don't know. So far, I don't really know when because I also have to look at my schedule, dude. I'm freaking overworking myself at this point with my schedule, dude. But yeah, yeah. So I just want to take note of that. Okay, let's continue to freaking trading plan, bro. I haven't even written anything on my trading plan, and I think this live has been going on for quite some time now. Okay, I'm gonna open chat just to have an idea of what's happening here. Why is my thing stuck? Okay, let's go to Tuesday. So Tuesday, 16:30. 16:30 was somewhere here. Tuesday was bonkers, bro. The only thing about Tuesday, you see, had this thing gone up, bro, Tuesday would have been insane. Tuesday would have been completely insane. You know what I also realized? I realized on my trading videos and streams, I forget to include that this is not like financial advice and this is like only for educational purposes, bruh. But that should be obvious at this point, bro. But I'm gonna include it somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna include it, but I'm gonna include it somehow. Uh, yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to include it, but I'm gonna include it somehow. Um, Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, back to explaining what happened on Tuesday, right? So, let me look for 16:30. 16, yeah. Okay. So here, right? I remember taking this trade. When I took this trade, I was also of the understanding that this thing was supposed to go up from yesterday, right? But also, um, because we had this area of accumulated, um, yeah, this area of accumulation ideally would have looked for this thing to, let me grab a brush. Ideally would have looked for this thing to break, find a retest, and then continue taking this thing down. But because of what I knew from the previous today, the fact that market had to come back up here when it broke this trend line, right? I was like, okay, because of that, I'm gonna decide to, instead of looking for a sell here, going to look for this thing to take it up, right? So that's what I did. So we caught that there. I'm going to include the phases again because I think I removed them because of uh, because of my charts were getting a bit too messy, so I decided to remove them. Right? Okay. Um, what is it that I wanted to do? Oh yeah. Now I just need to journal this thing. Okay, let me go back to my desktop so I can write these journals entries. I'm gonna go back to my desktop and write these journals. Okay, so this was Tuesday. What date was it on Tuesday? 20. Oh, 17th. Okay, it was an 8 day. Interesting. Um, Tuesday. Tuesday, the 17th of June 25. Yo, I can't believe next year's 2026, dude. Like, is it just me? I know it can't just be me, bro. But I genuinely can't believe next year's 2026. So the position and lot size, one position of 0.8 lot size. The market, this was the Xauusd market. The instrument. Why did I decide to take this thing up? Firstly, because this was a 3, and then plus how can I explain that other thing? Wait, what's that strategy again? Oh, it's a broken. Wait, I feel sick. Okay, plus a broken trend line. I mean, a tested trend line. Tested trend line plus a tested trend line. So this trend line, where is it now? This trend line was a tested trend line, so we'd assume that it'd come back somewhere there. Okay, so that was the instrument. That was why I took that trade. So what time frame did I take the entry? Meaning, what time frame was this indicator confirmation? So this indicator confirmation was on the 1 minute time frame. That indicator confirmation was on the 1 minute time frame. What session was this? This was the New York session. What was the forecast? It was bullish. A bullish forecast. What was my entry? My entry was somewhere here, right? Yeah, my entry was somewhere there. So 3371, 3371, 3371. What was my target? My take P. So my first take profit is always a 1-to-1. I mean, my first take profit is always a 1-to-2. So this is 3388. Though I do feel like, how would I ain't gotta calculate? Nigga, could just do this. Yeah, as you can see right there, just below there, the open and profit and loss, the risk reward ratio is 2, right? So that's fine. What was my second take profit? Okay, I think I did have a second take profit here. Okay, so this was my second take profit. 3416. That was my second take profit. 3416. What was my stop loss? Okay, let's go back. A stop loss is somewhere here. So 333363. No, yes. Okay, 3363. Was this trade a profit or a loss? So in this trade, did my stop loss get hit? No, it didn't get hit. So just include that. How much did this trade move into profits? Okay, how much did this trade move into profit? Like, all in all, how much did it move into profit? So 3392. So 92, where's my entry? So 92 minus 71. 92 minus 71. So that's 1, and that's 20. That's 21, right? 21 points. 21 points into profit. It moved as a whole, like from here to like there. As a whole, it moved 21 points into profit. I keep this here so I can see which trades were my runners, and I know which strategies should I should have a higher probability of having runners. That's why I include this piece of information. So from here to there was like 21 points, right? Without hitting my stop loss. So was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a profit. I don't have a reason. So usually, let me do this. I'm going to change my reason to reason for loss. I'm going to change my reason to reason for loss because I only put a reason after, I only put a reason for losses so I know what to improve, right? Yeah, so I don't need a reason here because I took profits. So if that took profits, what is this other thing? I didn't need a stop loss entry for this for that day, for Tuesday. Tuesday didn't have a stop loss entry, so that's fine. One thing though, I do, like I said, I need to include the leveraging column, and I also need to include the day percentage column. Okay, so now I'm just trying to figure out where should I add this column, the leveraging column, because think about it. With leveraging, I can use leveraging on both trades, meaning the first trade and the stop loss entry, right? So I need to be cautious where I put the leveraging. I can't put the leveraging at the end, because if I put the leveraging at the end, how will I know if let me have two leveraging columns? But no, why would I need to have two leveraging columns? No, I think I do need two leveraging columns, because obviously if the first trade I try to leverage and it doesn't work, then it would mean that I would need a leveraging column for the first trade and a leveraging column for the second trade, right? So I think I need two leveraging columns and then one day percentage. So I'm going to put the day percentage at the front, and then after this I need to go to, wait, didn't I mark it somewhere here? Oh yeah, so this minus 28% is the day percentage. That's what I need to create a column for. I can put that next to the time frame. I can put that next to the time frame. Insert. Oh my word, why is this column so huge? So I'm going to say daily percent. Daily percent. Yeah, that's fine. So I think I'm going to start with Tuesday's daily percent. Tuesday's daily percent was minus 0. Minus 0.28. Do I need to include the percent? I don't think I'm going to include. Let me include it just to make it look nice. I'm going to include the percent. Yeah. So that's the daily percent. This is the entry. Think before. Should I say before or after? Yeah, let's go there. I'm gonna put the leveraging over there. I'm gonna say leverage. Leverage. Yeah, let me just put that. I don't know for leveraging what column I should kind of create. Should I just create a yes or no leveraging column? You feel me? Should I just didn't this nigga come back? Should I just create a yes or no leveraging column, or move this column, bruh. Why don't you wanna allow me to move this column? Okay, let me try and move this one then. Because I don't know why you don't want to allow me to move that column. Or I can just copy and paste it, right? Nah, let me create insert. Wait, how do I insert to the thingy? How do I insert to the wait? Let me go to insert. Maybe something is on insert that I can use. Not table, because I'm not using a table. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just do it like this. I'm gonna just say insert, and then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna copy all of that, and I'm gonna go to this one, and I'm just gonna paste it there. This can be done on a multi-range. Okay, figures. It means I need to remove all the filters, and okay, forget that then. Forget that then. Okay, so how about this instead? Oh, my bad. I just messed up. How about reason for loss? How about I just put this right here? But no, I can't put that there. And I can't put it over there. Yeah, I think for now, let me just put it like on the side right here. Reason for loss. No, dude, the most perfect place for me to put this leveraging column is at the edge. But now, if I try to put it at the edge, it won't be included. It won't be included in this. I'm just gonna put it here, man. I'll deal with this later. Because now I'm just fussing over something that I could just fix easily. Okay, leverage, right? Right now I don't know how to really. I don't know how to really receive input for leveraging. I don't know if I should make leveraging profit or loss, or should I say like the number of leveraging I did, or should I just say yes I leveraged, no I didn't leverage? And if I say no, if I say yes or no, how will I know if it's a profit or not? So I think right now for leveraging, I'm just gonna use profit and loss for leveraging. Right now that's what I'm gonna do. So on Tuesday we did leverage, and it was a profit. You see, here's the thing about what happened on Tuesday, right? So on Tuesday we entered this trade, right? And like I say, this was the first phase, this was the second I don't know if you guys can see. This was the first phase, this was the second phase, and this was the third phase. So obviously for the second phase, you don't enter when this breaks, right? You wait until you create a third phase, then you wait until it comes back to the beginning, then that's where you put in an entry, right? So as you can see, from here up until here, that was profitable, right? Now I start to get a bit confused, because as you can see here we have our third phase, and I did say for the third phase that I wouldn't recommend looking for entry here. I would recommend for the third phase, wait for this to be broken, and then for market to come to the second phase, which it did here, right? It came to the second phase. So from there, you can expect it to go up, and then you can enter there. So you see, had you entered here, you would have made a bit more profit than entering here, right? Because as you can see here, it barely moved. But even if you'd entered here, it wouldn't have hit the stop loss, right? Even if you had entered here, it wouldn't have hit the stop loss from there. so it would have came back and given you a bit more. So I don't really know how to how to measure this. I don't know how to measure leveraging right now. Honestly, I don't know how to measure leveraging. I think right now I'm just gonna make it a profit or loss, like a method of measuring. So I'm gonna say on Tuesday I leveraged and it was a profit. It was a profit. But here's the thing. Here's the thing though, right? Um, because this is more like a one to one. So would have made an additional 100 rand. So from this trade, risk 100 rand, get 200, use leveraging, get another 100. Here you would have made, I don't know how much this is. This is probably like less than 10 rand or some shit, bro. Some shit like that. I don't know. Right? So that's my other problem. How do I measure that? That's my other. How do I measure that? I don't know. Let me check chat. Maybe someone said something, but I genuinely have no idea how to. Um, what is this thing? I genuinely have no idea of how to measure leveraging right now. Okay, cool. Y'all don't know too. Fuck it, bruh. We all don't know. I don't know too. So for now, I'm just gonna keep the leveraging um as a profit and loss. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just keep it like this for now. Um. So that's everything for Tuesday. Let's move to Wednesday. That's everything for Tuesday because I didn't take a stop loss trade for Tuesday. Let's move to Wednesday. Um, let me open this chart. Also, something I want to avoid, bro. I want to avoid um having too many things I'm recording on my trading plan. I don't know how I'm going to avoid that, but I don't like my trading plan having a lot of things I'm taking note of. But these are important things. There's nothing I can really do about it. Okay, Wednesday. Wednesday the 18th of June 25, right? 2025. The position and lot size, one position of 0.8 on a micro account, of course. XAU USD micro. I think I should have just been doing that the whole time. I think I should have just been doing this the whole time. But anyway, I'm just going to keep it as is. Okay, so what was the instrument for this trade? Meaning, I think I'm going to have to change that instrument word. But what was the instrument for this trade? What is it that I used to find this trade, right? Did this trade give into profits? Yo, damn. This is such an upsetting trade. It didn't give me a 1 to 2, but it came back down and hit my stop loss. I wonder what happened here. I don't really remember this day that much. Okay. Can clearly tell that there was a momentum swing here, and I probably entered off of this momentum swing. There's a lot of consolidating here. Doesn't look like I was interested in the consolidation. It looks like I entered early. Okay, wait, I wanted to delete that, but I'm not going to delete it anymore. So it looks like here. It looks like I entered early here. It looks like I entered early here. I should have, ideally, I should have waited for market to break above or below this consolidation phase right here. Ideally, that's what I should have done. I think I entered early. So in terms of the reason for a loss, that will be my reason why this trade was a loss. I entered early, and I'm sure you that this would have worked out had I just freaking waited, right? I want to look for a confirmation right here. I want to look for, okay, so that's not a confirmation. Maybe on the 5 minute. Wait, before I do that, let me go somewhere else and look for confirmation. You see, I have a confirmation here to sell. Okay. Because I'm looking. Okay, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute time frame. I'm gonna go to what day is this? This was Wednesday, ne? Wednesday. Let's go to the 5 minute time frame. Five, five. Wednesday, 16. Right. Okay. So we're saying I'm trying to show you guys that had I waited for market to break above or below, I would have found an entry and the entry would have been in profit. So it broke here. Now we're looking for a sell, right? Which is right here also. That's why I did that. So had I done that and then I said, because that's a confirmation. Wait, no, that's the wrong risk reward. Had I done this, wait, why, bro, I don't like analyzing on my phone, bro. Had I done this and I said 8 points, that's fine. Had I said another 8 points right here, had I said right there, then I said a 1 to 2, and this is gonna be a 1 to 3, obviously, because we got a break even from the previous loss. You see, this would have worked out. Had I just been patient here, had I just been patient here, um, had I just been patient, not entered there, waited for this thing to break, look for entry around here, and as you can see, bro, this further emphasizes the importance of a stop loss trade, because this literally just went and hit our stop loss and then would have continued. This also for me emphasizes the importance of backtesting, and while not emphasizing the importance, but shows me how I would be backtesting when I start to backtest. So I think when I backtest, this is what I'm gonna do a lot more of. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna. This is just for insight. I'm not gonna take note of that. That was just for insight to further confirm this breakout theory. Okay, let me go back to 1 minute, because it looks like here I entered off of the 1 minute time frame. I need to go back to Wednesday, right? I think that was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday here? Oh, that was Thursday. Okay. Okay. Cool. So as you can see here, I think the reason why I entered this thing to take it long, firstly would probably be because we have this indicator confirmation here, but we had that indicator confirmation. We had this that continuously tested this trend line, but it had no indicators. We had this indicator, which was down there, which was down here, right? Meaning what? Meaning this trend line is weak. So I think this is why I entered this trade. I entered this trade because this trend line was weak. Also, I think from here, just bear with me. I think from there, and then this also looks like a momentum swing. But now, the only thing that I'm questioning myself on is if this was that. This was a momentum swing, right? And that broke. Wait, I'm just thinking, why did I enter this without an indicator confirmation? It's unlike me to enter without an indicator confirmation. So it would mean the indicator confirmation was on the 5 minute time frame. Okay, let's go to the 5 minute time frame. Sometimes I do this where I forget to put the indicator confirmation because I'm such in a rush to post on Reddit. And okay, see, this makes much more sense of why I entered here. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. So this gave us that confirmation on the 1630, right? Because as you can see, um, right here at this point, this is 1630. So 1630 would have given us the confirmation, and then I would have entered here. I would have entered here. So hence this thing being there. Okay, I get what's happening here. I get what's happening there. And I would have looked to take this thing up because this trend line was weak. Um, yeah, yeah. I think this was not high probability, so I see why this didn't end up like giving me a good trade. Because the main thing that I entered on here was this weak trend line. I entered off this weak trend line and I looked to continue taking this thing up based on this 5 minute indicator confirmation. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I was looking at there. Okay, so I'm gonna take note. I'm gonna say weak trend line. And then we have the daily percentage. How much was the daily percentage? I think it was like minus 0.3 percent, minus 0.3, oh, minus 0.03%, right? I'm going to explain at the end of this, at the end of like journaling, I'm going to explain why I take note of the daily percentage. Okay, so this was on the 5 minute, the time frame was on the 5 minute time frame. The session, New York session. The forecast was bullish. The entry, what was the entry? I think it was 338 something, because I probably entered here, right? So 3388, 3388, that was the entry. Word, damn, interesting. 3388 was my target. Obviously from here we have a 1 to 2. I just want to peep something. Yeah, okay, so that 1 to 2 is fine, so I can use this over here. So 3404. What was my second take profit? I think my second take profit was probably here. 3341. No. I don't like taking note of my second take profit of when I know that something hit stop loss. I don't like, because it's not useful. It's not useful information. It's only useful if I take note of the second take profit of something that went into profits. Okay. So the stop loss for this is going to be what's the stop loss for this going to be? The stop loss for this is going to be somewhere around here, which is 333379. Did this hit stop loss? Yes, it hit my stop loss. How much did this move into profits? How much did this move into profits? So this moved. Wait. I just peeped something. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's false. Journaling. How much does this move into profit? So from here up until 9.5. So 8.8 minus 9.5. That's 2. That's 7. It moved 7 points into profits. So did I leverage here? I don't think I did. But could I have leveraged? Let me have a look. I don't think so. I don't think I would have leveraged here, because had I leveraged, my first phase would have been here. So I'm not going to include anything else. I'm just gonna put this over here. I'm just gonna put that over there. So that would have been my first phase. ideally that would have been my first, because the more I look at it, I don't think I would have found. I think the only other first phase I could have found here was probably somewhere here, right? But I wouldn't use this as well. I wouldn't use this as well. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and then um yeah, I'm not gonna enter anything on the leveraging thing because I didn't take a leveraging position, right? Okay, so let's trade as a whole, profit or loss. I'm gonna say loss. Um, what about the stop loss trade? Usually, this is also another rule, right? Usually with the stop loss trade, which is this one over here, I don't I don't take this trade if if the day has passed, if the day has passed, right? Or if this trade has moved, if the first trade has moved like substantially a lot, right? But as you can see from here, bruh, from here, I think this is still within the same day, right? So I probably would have taken this, and for journaling purposes, I'm gonna include it, just to see. So I'm gonna include this. I'm going to include this because it was still within the same day. I'm gonna include that, and obviously that went into loss. So wait, what reason did I say? Oh yeah, I said the reason for this thing hitting losses is because I entered too early, right? Uh, early entry, um, wait, early entry, and then I'm gonna say three. I think I'm gonna say three early entry, because had I just waited for this thing to play out, I think everything, had I just waited for the three to play out, I think everything would have been fine. So the stop loss trade, I'm also going to include the stop loss, I'm also going to include the stop loss trade. I'm going to say it was a loss. How much did it move into profits? Bruh, I don't think the stop loss trade even moved into profits, bro. I'm not even going to hold you, like, at all. It didn't even move at all into profits. So I'm just gonna say +0 because it didn't even move into profits. Like, as you can see, oh wait, it did kind of, but what is this, bro? That's like 1 point. The fuck, you know? So yeah. So let's go to Thursday. What was that? That was Wednesday, right? So let's go to Thursday. Yeah, bro. When you get a chance, bro, just move out of your parents' house, bro. Just go live somewhere by yourself when you get the chance. Thursday. So Thursday. I'm looking for Thursday. Okay, so this was Thursday. Thursday worked out well. Interesting. I also leveraged as well. So this was Thursday. Okay, Thursday 16:30. Let me just write this on my journal. Thursday. What date was Thursday? Had to be the 20th. No, 19th. 19th of June. 2025. One position of 0.8 lot, XAU USD week. What was the instrument that I used here? Okay, cool. What was the instrument that I used? My bad. What was the instrument that I used? Okay, let's do this. Looks like I used what is this thing? Looks like I used the 2 week indicators and a momentum swing. Wait. Thursday. Something doesn't make sense here. Because if this was Thursday, wait, was there a momentum swing on Wednesday? Yes, there was a momentum swing. I don't. Oh, I remember. Dude, I remember. I was about to say that on Wednesday. On Wednesday, dude. So when this happened at 16:30, right? When this happened at 16:30, we had a momentum swing over here, right? And based on this momentum swing, it would have told us to take this thing down. But I was like, never mind this, because the problem here was we didn't have another trend line going up telling me what to do. So we only had this one trend line, and this one was weak, right? So had I had another one, I would have known, okay, cool, this is the two trend lines, and then take the momentum swing. I just remembered now. I just remembered this. That I could have used that, and then from this momentum swing, I would have moved down. Uh, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what, bro? Okay, yeah, I think this is because I was saying that there's one thing I didn't do that I know I should have done, which is this, right, with the momentum swing. It was this with the momentum swing. So uh I don't see a need for trend. Wait, at yesterday's reason for loss, I'm gonna say plus momentum swing, plus momentum swing. So yesterday's reason for a loss will be the early entry and the momentum swing. This will be for Wednesday. I just remembered this because I remember on Thursday when I let me check chat. I haven't checked chat in a minute, bro. So I'm just gonna refresh just to see what's happening. Cause I don't like going too long without checking my chat. Um, but if y'all ain't saying shit, bro, I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna just keep going. Uh, okay, I don't see something. I don't see anything right now. But I'm just waiting for this thing to finish buffering. My desktop is so like freaking slow, bruh. I ain't even gonna hold you. My desktop is so slow, bruh. Like no kizzy, bruh. My desktop is extremely slow. Wait, let me do this. Okay. Okay, y'all niggas ain't saying none on the thingy on chat. Okay, so Thursday, Thursday, we had exactly what I keep telling you about. Uh, we had this indicator over here. As you can see, we had an indicator over there, but market continued higher, meaning this got tested, right? So you already know. I don't have to explain what happens when something gets tested. I'm trying to look for another. Yeah, that was the only one. So we had these two, right? I would have taken this thing up had this not happened, but this happened and it broke this trend line. So we had two broken trend lines, and then we had a momentum swing. But I decided to enter on what? The momentum swing. So what was the instrument? The instrument was two week trend lines and a momentum swing. And a momentum swing. So yeah, I could change that to 2 week trend lines and a momentum swing. 2 week trend lines and a momentum swing. So what was the daily percentage? I think I wrote the daily percentage on Reddit. So I'm gonna go to Reddit right now. I'm gonna go to Reddit. Where's Reddit? I'm gonna find Reddit. I'm gonna. Ooh, glob. I'm gonna go to Reddit. I need to go to Thursday, right? I need to go to Thursday and find the daily percentage. Okay, it's there. At minus 0.12%. At 0.12%. Okay, this is fine. I'm just gonna minimize it for now. Oh, actually, let me just go to Friday and then read what was Friday thingy as well, so I can come back and take note of it. Hey, I don't know, man. I can't see it there, so I have to come back later and check. So, what was the time? What was the time frame that I entered this on? It looks like I entered. Looks like I entered right here. So if this is not on the 5 minute, it has to be on the 1 minute time frame. So let's go to the 1 minute. 1 minute time frame. What was the session? Session was New York. What was the forecast? It was bearish. Bearish. What was the entry? The entry was somewhere here. 3366. 3366. Okay, I need to fix the dates. I'll fix that in a minute. What was my TP? My TP was a 1 to 2. That was a 1 to 2, right? As you can see, it was 3350. Let's say 3350. Or yeah, 3350. 3349. When I say 3349, I don't know. It's not in the cap, nigga. Second TP, I didn't have a second take profit. I wonder why not, because it seems like this thing went crazy. So why the fuck did I not have a second take profit? Anyway, man. Anyway, my focus is, you see, I didn't have a second take profit. I did for the leveraging. That didn't really play out, but I'll explain that. I'll explain that in a minute. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, cool. Second take profit. I didn't take the second take profit. Stop loss. What was my stop loss? Stop loss was like somewhere here. So that was 3374. 3374. Did this hit my stop loss? Yes, the first one did indeed hit my stop loss, but it triggered my stop loss entry. How much did this move into profit? So how much did this trade move into profits? So how much did this first one move into profits? It's like a calm little 6-1. So what's okay, a calm little 5 points. It moved a calm little 5 points into profits. So plus 5 points. Calm little 5 points in profit. Did I leverage? No, I didn't leverage. Was this trade a profit or loss? It was a loss. Did I hit my stop loss trade? The reason, what was the reason? Oh, stop hunt. Stop hunt. SH, the reason was a stop hunt. Was the stop loss entry profitable? Yes, it was profitable. Yes, it was profitable. Did I leverage? And if I leverage, fuck, I'm going crazy. Wait. Okay. Did I leverage? Yes, I did leverage for the stop loss entry. I did leverage. As you can see, this was my first phase. This was my second phase, and for my second phase, I would have entered there firstly, and I would have hit take profit there. So this would have been profitable, right? That would have been profitable. Was this trade a profit or a loss? Oh, how much did it move into profits, right? So, oh, I remember. So from here, wait, what's my stop loss? Oh yeah, so from 3374, right? From 3374, how much did this trade move into profits, like as a whole? So as a whole, sorry, I think it came here. So that's 3340. So 74 minus 40, that's like 34, right? That's like 34. So I'm gonna say bar and then 34. and then 34. Block, and then 34. And then 34. What else? Dude, what's going on today? What time is it now? Damn, what on earth is going on? What's going on here? Oh, but I saw a lot of things on FF on the factory website. I saw a lot of events happening today. So I think that's what's happening. Okay, I think I'm done with Thursday. I'm gonna move to Friday. I need to remember to clear my charts after this. I need to remember to clear my charts after this. So I think Friday was here. You see, this is also another video. I think I'm gonna take a video of this, then I'm gonna post it as a separate video. I don't want to detail this in the trading plan thingy. Okay. Nevertheless, let's come to Friday. Let's go to 1 minute because the 5 minute looks a bit messy. The 5 minute looks messy. The 5 minute looks messy. The 5 minute chart looks messy. Okay, so so from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this. I think I looked at this initial point right here, and then I looked to take it up. So as I looked to take it up, I also looked at these other 2 points, right? So I also looked at these indicator confirmations right here, and this one's at the bottom, and then from that I also yeah. So this obviously is accumulation. Both of these are 3. We could have done it from down here, or could have done it from up here. Could have done it from up here or down here. Either way, right? So I don't know. I think here I focused mostly on. I think I focused mostly on this one. I didn't focus on this trend line right here. I didn't focus on that. For reference, you could go back to the previous stream as well. So what we can do is what we can do is I think right now, ne? I think right now what I can do is down here, and then also up here as well. You see, so I could do that. I could do this. I could do this. I don't know. I don't know. Gosh, dude. Dude, I'm trying to think what's happening here and why I entered down here looking for the sell. I'm trying to think why I entered down here looking for the sell. Also, why did I enter so early? I think I did. I think I entered off this trend line early. I think I entered off this trend line early. I think I entered off of that trend line early. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember why I took these trades. I remember. So okay, the first was this accumulating thing, right? Then the second was this trend line over here. And I said with this trend line that this trend line is going to include a lot of volatility, right? A lot of momentum is going to come from this trend line, right? So I also came down here as well, and then I peeped that there wasn't an indicator over here, right? So with this thing not having an indicator over here, this told me that this trend line was going to be broken, right? This told me that this trend line was gonna be broken. So what I want to see right now, I want to see if market did in fact break. I want to see if market did in fact break that. Wow, that's so interesting, right? Notice, notice how it really played around that point, right? So as you can see, um, as much as whatever was happening, I didn't even notice this when it was happening. So when this happened, um, when this happened, when this happened, okay, I need to find my words. So with this not having a indicator, it told me that market was gonna come and break this thing and continue going back down. That's what this lack of indicator told me. So uh, when I was here, I was like, this thing is definitely gonna go back down because of that trend line, the accumulation, and then further with this trend line. So when I got this, that's when I was certain. I was like, okay, now let me enter and do thingy. But once again, the same mistake I keep doing with this the three, bro. I keep entering early, right? I keep entering early. I don't know what is it that just makes me enter early. But what I'm gonna try to do right now, yeah, it would have been tricky looking for entry, especially because of this gap, and it really would have been tricky looking for entry. But I think you could have found one there. I don't know. I don't know. I think this gap really just ruined a whole lot of shit for me. I think had this trade played out on a different day and not Friday, I think it would have really went into profit, honestly speaking, bro. Because as you can see, it came and broke this trend line and really started going right. So honestly, bruh, and it literally went to my take profit. So I think had this not happened on a Friday, this would have actually worked out. But I don't wanna assume too much. I don't wanna assume too much. So let me just journal this. Let me just journal this. Oh, this was Friday, um, the 20th of June, 25, one entry of 0.8, um, XAU USD. That was the market. The instrument, I think I said there was a missing. Should I say missing indicator? Wait, what did I write it as? I'm trying to check what I wrote this thing as, like previously, right? I'm trying to check what I wrote this thing as previously. Second. Okay, omitted. Oh, omitted. Let's say weak. Pardon. Weak trend line. Omitted. What did I just do? Okay, that's fine. Omitted. Then I'm gonna say plus a 3. Is a 3 probably the best thing? Yeah, more or less, because yeah, more or less. Plus the 3. What was the daily percentage? Okay, I can just check where price was the previous day and then see and just like kind of compare. And just probably, so it was here. If that was there, so it looks like it must have been plus something. 1630. Let me go to 1630. 1630. It's probably there. So this looks like 1%. plus 1% or plus 0.8%. Probably. Let me go to Reddit and just confirm. I'm just shocked that I can't see it. I didn't see it when I went the last time I opened my channel. The community, I mean. Last time I opened the community and I came to Friday and then I checked this, I didn't see. Oh, it's under the comments. It's under the comments. Plus 0%. Okay, 0% is highly impossible, bro. So I'm just gonna say plus 0.3%. Plus 0. Let's make it 5. Nah, let's make it 3. 0. Why is my number on 3%? Okay. What was the time frame that I entered on? Seems like I entered off that, so this is 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. What was the session? New York forecast bearish. Entry. What was my entry? Oh, 3366. 3366. Really? Damn, I had the same entry for 2 days. Looking at the same thing. This is very interesting. What? Very interesting. Because it's telling me that, damn, what are the odds, bro? What are the odds, right? This literally the same thing. Literally, bro, this was literally the same thing. Wow. Very interesting. That's never happened before. Very interesting. The date, I can just pull that down. Let me just do it right now. So I have to do it later. Take profit. Don't you think the take profit is gonna be the same? I think so too. 3349. Our stop loss is 3374. Did this hit our SL? I think the first one hit our SL. Right? You see, this is where I kind of, like, you can clearly see that it didn't really hit the stop loss, right? Like, clearly, you can clearly see that it didn't hit the stop loss. Dude, I'm just gonna say it didn't hit the stop loss. Nah, it didn't, bro. It didn't. Yeah, but that's the thing. If I'm gonna say it didn't hit the stop loss, then I have to include if it was a profit or a loss. You feel me? So because of that, I see Friday trades are just so confusing, bro. So I'm gonna say this hit stop loss. How much did it move into profits? Don't think this trade moved into profit. Probably like 1 plus 1 or 2 points. Let's just make it 2 points. Plus 2 points. Did I leverage here? No, I didn't leverage. Or was this trade a profit or loss? This was a loss. Okay, the stop loss entry was right here, so I can say the stop loss entry. What was the reason? Okay, stop loss. Obviously, this was stop hunt. Was stop loss entry profit or loss? If we had entered here, we would have come back here, so we would have made at least break even. So I'm gonna say profit break even. Profit break even. Right. Did I leverage? I don't think I leveraged. No, I didn't leverage. Because I try not to, especially when it comes to leveraging, I try not to look for leveraging within the risk of the first trade. So at least somewhere down here I would have looked to leverage. So I didn't leverage there. How much did this thing move into profit? It looks like it's just 8 points. Because from there, 7.4 to like, there's more like 10 points. 6 4, more like 10 points. Okay, plus 10 points into profits, right? Okay, damn, bro. With that being said, now I can't wait to do this. Clear all drawings. Yo, guys, I'm gonna see y'all in like 30 minutes. I'm gonna take a break, drink some water, and then see y'all in a minute. So, wait, I shouldn't have closed that. Also, there's, yeah, like I said, the book. I'm gonna be reading the book. Gonna be reading the book, doing back testing, the leveraging streams, and then streaming like normal. So I'm gonna be doing all of that. And then the other channels are on a break for now. If I do end up posting something, it'll probably be something random or like me listening to music. But the other channels are on a break for now. Oh yeah, I told myself I need to stop talking about like current things on my YouTube channel. So I need to be more. My mind needs to be in the future, as in it's already done. So with that being said, I am going to be posting on my other channel. I've already posted, in fact, I've already posted in the language channel, the gaming channel, and then also, what's the other channel? Oh yeah, the main channel. I also posted on the main channel as well. So yeah, man, I think for today, I'll see you guys in like, for today, let's focus, for right now, let's focus on what's going to happen shortly. And then, yeah, yeah. Overall, when I look at this past week, let me see. I mean, from last week, when I look at last week, let me look at the date. So from Tuesday, when I look at from Tuesday until Friday, what happened? So we had one profitable trade, like main trade, that was the one, and then we had two stop loss entry trades that went profitable. So as a whole, that would have been three W's and three profitable, and let me see, let me count, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's 8, right? Wait, how is it 8, bro? Wait, how is it 8? Okay, so 1 2 3 4. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's 7. So that's 7 entries. Out of 7 entries, 3 were profitable and 4 weren't profitable, right? So out of the 3 that were profitable, 1 was break even and the other one had leveraging as well. So very interesting. Very interesting. So I don't know how to feel about last week, because with the profitable thing, it would have closed and made break even for last week. I think at the end of each trade, like trading plan stream, I'm gonna try to include my thoughts on the previous week. But right now, it looks like from the previous week, it looks like everything was just like okay, nothing was really too crazy. The losses, yes, they were there, but we did have a leverage trade. I think 2, in fact, but we had that. Yeah, we had 2 leverage trades, so that would have been like an extra 200. So that would have closed off 2 trades. So in a sense, it would have been like 2 losses and 3 profitable. So you see now the dynamic of the ratio of profit and losses. It keeps fluctuating, but it's just me talking and like sharing my thoughts. Anything that I haven't journaled is just sharing my thoughts. So yeah, we'll continue. So in a minute, I'm going to summarize this in a minute and then I'll post on Reddit. I think I can't post it on Reddit right now because I need to figure out the structure of how I summarize everything. But before I start the next trade, before I start the next stream, I'm going to make sure that I post this there. So yeah, man, this stream was long. I think this was like 2 hours or something. Yeah, hour and something minutes. Okay.